Hello world, Great Giza Pyramid. Several people have asked me my opinion on the hidden room that may be above the Grand Gallery. Well, let's start with how they assume that the hidden room came to be. A couple of people used some very expensive, really cool technical equipment and put it in strategic spots within the structure and did readings. Basically what these readings did was to take basically something like a negative, and there are energies that come down from the upper altitudes, and these energies would hit the negative and form a pattern. And then when they looked at what was left, they said, oh look, there's a shape there. And based on that, they were able to basically see through the walls. Now, they started with a premise that the entire structure, or I'm assuming, they didn't speak with me, I wasn't in on their conferences, that the entire structure is made of Lego blocks. Well, probably because that's the tomb dogma theory, is that the entire structure is made out of 2 point some million blocks. Anybody who has looked at pictures or video of the thieves' entrance, that is how most people get into the structure today, notice you're walking through boulders and fill and dirt and rocks. You're not walking through a bunch of Lego blocks. It's not like Minecraft, where they just chunked a few of the blocks out of the way and you're walking through blocks. No, it's a random path through dirt and fill. I feel that the majority of the structure is boulders and dirt and fill. And this is echoed by when they drilled a hole through the wall there and found sand, and there's one or two other spots they tried to peer behind some of the rocks and found sand and dirt. They didn't find more Lego blocks. So when you start with a premise that the entire structure is made of Lego blocks, and then you put these sensors there and you have the energies come down and hit your negative, and they say, oh, there seems to not be Lego blocks up there, well then you come to the conclusion that there must be a void up there. If you start with a false premise, your end result could potentially be false. I feel that it is an area of less density, but I do not feel it's a void. I feel they started with a false premise. Now, to compound on this, what they want to do is drill a hole through there and send some sort of device in there. And they ran a contest, and they come up with an idea of sending basically a tube through there that will fill up a balloon and have a camera hanging on the bottom of it. Well, what I would hope they would do is take this same exact device and send it up above the King's Chamber and get really nice pictures of up there. Get really nice pictures of the conduit between the Grand Gallery and above the King's Chamber. Send it up into the shaft that goes up to the grotto. Get really nice pictures of that. Get really nice pictures of the grotto. Get really nice pictures of the conduit above the grotto between there and the Grand Gallery. Take pictures of the areas of the structure that we have access to that we don't need to do damage to the structure to get the pictures of. Share the information. Let me see it. Let me look at the structure and see if any questions can be answered with the areas that we can access without doing damage, before we go and do damage just to look for something that may or may not exist. Now, to also compound on it, I see no reason, since there already is a tunnel that exists that goes back and connects with the one conduit that goes up and goes to the surface, that Giza Antiquities, since this area is closed to the public, may have actually been over the past couple of years drilling and digging, and may have actually made a void up there, just like how Disney found Toontown all of a sudden. And they may stick a mummy up there and a cartouche and a couple of other things and say, hey, look, for an extra, couple $100 you can go up on this extra tour, the hard hat tour. I don't see that being out of place. I hope that doesn't happen. But, well, you asked me my opinion. There it is.